Here's my stress right here. They took a big L. I mean, last night, they're now down 3-2 to the Mavericks. Really, to Luka Doncic, who was dominant again. 42 points, 14 assists. Good Lord. Almost had more points than Kawhi Leonard and Paul George combined, who finished with 43. Game 6 is tomorrow, and PG said, quote, "Here we go again." Damn, PG, another quote. "We're confident we can extend the series and bring this back home." Why don't you play like that? So, Acho, were you more impressed with the Mavs, Luka, or disappointed with my Clippers? One dude out there.
I like what you did there, Sel. I was vastly more impressed with the Mavs because the Mavs really, they locked in. Like, everything for me at this point in time, right, I watch a lot of basketball games, but there's one team I watch nonstop, the Lakers. Right?
And but you're from Dallas and the Mavs are playing. Okay, I'm listening.
I watched throughout the course of the season nonstop the Lakers.
Okay.
And what I realized for the Lakers in their Game 5 was that the players who didn't show up in Game 4 also did not show up in Game 5. So now I'm watching the Mavericks last night, and I'm like, Luka didn't show up in Game 4, but it wasn't just Luka who didn't show up in Game 4. It was Hardaway Jr., it was Vinny Smith, it was KP. All them cats didn't show up in Game 4, so how are they going to show up in Game 5? And everybody to a T showed up and showed out. Game 4, Mavs shot 34% from the field. They shot 16% from 3. They shot 66% from the free throw line. 34% from the field, 16% from 3, 66% from the free throw line. But then Game 5, you shoot 41% from the field, 38% from 3. Most importantly, 89% from the free throw line. What that showed me was that...
What did it show you?
Effort, attention, everything changed. When you talk about fast break points, outscored 17-5 in Game 4. Fast break points, it was only 8-6 in Game 5. When you talk about rebounding, got out-rebounded, I think it was 53-41 in Game 4. Game 6 was just 40. Game 5 was just 47-45. All the things that have to do with effort, that have to do with attention to detail, that have to do with actually locking in from one game to the next, the Mavericks took seriously. You don't know if shots gonna fall. You don't. But free throws are free. You don't, like, real talk, you know, your coach would always tell you in any sport, but particularly in combat, football, sports where there's another opponent, not necessarily golf, bowling, etc., but sports with their an opponent. Don't let anything without a heartbeat beat you.
Yeah, I love when you say that.
Don't let anything without a heartbeat beat you. Fast break points, that's effort, big dog. Don't let effort beat you. Free throws, attention, focus. Them joints is free, big dog. Don't let that beat you. Yeah, Kawhi might beat you. PG might beat you. Rondo might beat you. Morris might beat you. But don't let energy, effort, attention to detail beat you. And the Mavericks let none of those things beat them. Went back in the Staples, got another dub. Incredibly impressed.
Yeah, incredibly impressive, but I was disappointed in my Clippers because they underperformed. One, at home, we're supposed to take care of business and take a command in this series, and we did not. We've lost every single home game. Now, they have too, but I can understand why they have. They're a young team trying to find their way, and we're supposed to be led by this dynamic duo that already knows the way, just have come up short in years past, but this is our year. Is it our year? Because the road team has won every single game. Why am I disappointed in the Clippers? Because the Clippers had 5 players in double figures. Mavs only had 2. Luka and Tim Hardaway Jr. Hold on. You mean to tell me we got a dynamic duo better than their dynamic duo? Who is their duo? Is it Porzingis and Luka? Is Luka and whoever you want to pick that game, right?
Exactly.
So we already got them in duo, and then we have 5. We march out with 5 strong. Not our best performances, but 5 strong, at least in double figures. They come out with 2 and whoop our ass. 2 dudes beat up 5 dudes. Whew. And let's get specific. As Coach always says, names and numbers. Kawhi, okay. Somehow, because he's quiet, we reserve judgment on him. We reserve our criticism because we're like, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't bothering nobody. He's out there balling as well. Was he balling last night? I didn't see it. Look, Kawhi is averaging 33, 8.5, and 4 assists in this, shooting 63% first 4 games. What did he do last night? Come on, Kawhi, 20 points? That's you. And the game worst 5 turnovers. Including the air ball that I don't know if Rondo was mad at or not, but Rondo had some words for you after that shot. Oh, you look at this team, the narrative's always been the Clippers can't hold a lead. How about we now have dug a ditch to the point where the Clippers can't even get a lead to let go of that same lead? We can't even take command of a series. The only hope I have is that we're going to go back to Dallas, where they haven't won in Dallas yet. And the hardest game to win is a closeout game.
Correct.
So a young team at home that hasn't won at home now has to do the impossible, damn near, which is close out against a team that's better than them.
To your point, though, doing the impossible seems very possible when you have Luka. And that's why I go back to being impressed, because you said 2 beat up 5, and in theory, you're right, but it's really because 1 beat up the big 2. Like, Luka scored 43 points, so Luka scored 42 points.
42.
When you got Kawhi, he only gave you 20.
Yeah.
And PG gave you 23. Luka single-handedly is neutralizing y'all's big 2 by his own self.
One game.
One game. But over the course of all 3 games at Staples, Luka's averaging 37, 11, and 8.
Damn.
So even if you want to talk about the 3 games, Luka is bringing it in and night out, besides that 1 game in Dallas where he really had to deal with that shoulder, neck sprain, whatever he got going on.
Yeah.
So it's so impressive to me, because you look at, when you talk about what's impressive, you got to talk context. Well, what's the alternative, right? What could the Mavericks have gone out there and done otherwise? And that's when I look at context around the course of the league. I'm like, yo, you could have laid an egg, Hardaway Jr. Schroeder did. He got offered an $84 million deal, so he's a talented player who laid an egg. You could have laid an egg, Vinny Smith. Caruso did. You could have laid an egg, KP. Kuzma did. But then you talk about the last 2 big shots in the game, who hit them. First, Hardaway Jr. went splash, then KP went splash from 3. Mavs take a 10-point lead with about 2 minutes or a little less than 2 minutes left to go at 101-91. And I was like, your role players played their role. The reason I co-sign you on being disappointed is, if I were to tell you, or you were to tell Kawhi, hey, big dog, your other 4 starters that step on the court with you are going to combine for 69 points, you would be like, oh, we good.
We Gucci.
We good. If you tell me that the rest of the Clippers starting 4 is going to give you 69, what you got, Kawhi, you'd be like, oh, it's a dub, bruh. Kawhi probably going to give me 30 to 40. Just between those 5 starters, we're going to have 100 points. We good. Kawhi, you got 69 points from everybody else. Reggie Jackson gave you 20. He gave you 6 3-pointers. And Kawhi, you gave us what? Sal, I'm going to say a little bit more to your point, because we do give Kawhi too much grace.
Yeah, we do.
We give him too much grace, and it's because he's quiet, he doesn't ask for praise.
And he's a
ask
multiple
a result.
champion.
Yes.
Beast.
He doesn't ask for praise, so as a result, we don't give him criticism. But as Kawhi, indictment on you, because, sir, at this junction in time, you now have a responsibility to be a leader on the court and to be the leader vocally as well. 2 scoreboards. Scoreboard in the box score, scoreboard in the brain. Kawhi, you've been granted grace over the course of your career for not being a vocal leader. But now it's starting to rear its ugly head. Kawhi, I'm disappointed in him, because in this kind of game, there's no way that if KD would have done this, if LeBron would have done this, if Dame would have done this, if any other player we refer to as an all-star or superstar would have done this, no, they would have got blamed.
Look at me trying to start off another segment. And Kawhi better than all of them except KD. Look at your faces. Yeah, I'm about to go there. Who was supposed to win this series? Clippers. Stop playing. So that's why I am not impressed with the Mavs. I'm disappointed in the Clippers. Supposed to win it. You talked about attention to details and effort plays. Forget all that. I ain't got to go that deep into the newspaper. I want to see the headlines. Headline is Kawhi Leonard. Headline is Paul George is supposed to beat Luka Doncic and whoever else he wants to play with that day. That's the problem. Why aren't we neutralizing it, especially when the claw, Kawhi, is supposed to be clutch? I know he is, so I don't even want to really take that many shots at him. But when Luka has another bad 4th quarter like he did, think about it. 2 points in the 4th quarter. Now, he had 40 going into it, so let's not act like he wasn't balling. But 2 points in the 4th quarter. Luka has scored 4 points or fewer in the 4th quarter of 4 of these 5 games. He wearing down. And it's okay, because he giving you so much. You talk about running that 400, the first 300, everybody's still on the back stretch. So he's like, I'm going to win this even if I cruise down the stretch. Problem is, Kawhi, that's your time to shine. Kawhi, you're supposed to be Mr. 4th quarter. Bounce on the rim 8 different times and make the shot to advance and get your championship. Where's Kawhi Leonard in terms of clutch moments? I'm not talking about clutch production all the time. I'm talking about the impact of clutch moments.
I think Kawhi is proving he can't do both.
Do both for what?
He can't lead by play and lead a team. I'm thinking, like, nobody said it because we all like Kawhi, and Kawhi plays great on offense, plays great on defense. We started to make the comparisons to Jordan. But I think Kawhi has proven to us over the last 2 years he can't do both. In the Spurs, when he won his first Finals MVP, he didn't have to lead the team.
Yeah,
you had Tony Parker, you had Manu Ginobili, you had Tim Duncan, you had Pop, you had 3 future Hall of Famers you're playing with and a future Hall of Fame coach. Then you go to Toronto.
Now let's hear this one.
You didn't have to lead the team.
What?
You had Kyle Lowry, who had been there. Now, Kyle
And
Lowry
ain't won jack.
but he's still a $100 million guy who's a
he a
leader in the
beast.
locker
He a
room,
beast.
right? So, like, he's still a beast. He's still a multiple-time All-Star, and he's a leader in